Welcome to Management 520, Leadership Theory and Practice. I'm Deborah Olson, and I look forward to working with you throughout our 10-week term. I wanted to start by setting a context for our class and stating my intention that we'll be focusing on positive leadership development and not really looking at all at toxic leadership practices or narcissistic leadership or other dysfunctional leadership styles that I know we see around us in organizations and in different contexts. Focusing on positive leadership development means that we're really building on the talents of individuals to create an organization that optimizes individual effectiveness and performance. So with that backdrop, we're going to be doing two specific assessments in our course. One is on emotional intelligence, and you'll be doing that in week 1. The other one is on strengths and talents, and that's using the VIA signature strengths analysis, where you'll be looking at your own top 10 leadership talents and looking at ways that you can deploy those in new and unique ways. So one of the outputs of our time together this term is that you'll be creating a positive leadership development plan, building on the data from your emotional intelligence, as well as these VIA signature strengths. So in looking at both emotional intelligence and talents, we're going to be able to use that data to help, by the end of the term, for you to create a leadership development plan. This plan should focus on the next 60 to 90 days, the specific leadership context that you're in. I know some of you may be leading from an individual level of leadership where you're leading projects or different goal outcomes. Others of you may be leading larger departments, teams of 8, 10, 12 people, and have key budgetary responsibilities. Regardless of your context of leadership, the tools, the skills, and the theories we're going to cover are going to be relevant to your continued development. So what we're going to be doing is spending time, first of all, customizing this class for you by having you focus on those readings each week and those articles that are most relevant to your leadership development. So what I'm doing is each week on our website, on our Blackboard, I'll have a folder uploaded with a series of articles in them. You'll select the articles that you find to be most relevant for your context and for your leadership venue. And then what you're going to do is create summaries of those articles, key learning outcomes that you found to be valuable from the articles. During our term together, we're going to have 3 fieldwork assignments that you're going to be responsible for. The first one will be an emotional intelligence fieldwork assignment, and what you'll be doing is looking for theory to practice, emotional intelligence theory, by observing an individual who you believe really demonstrates high levels of emotional intelligence in the 15 different areas that you'll see in the framework that I've included for the model of emotional intelligence on week 1. And there'll be more details about that assignment coming over the next 2 weeks. The next assignment will be a gratitude visit, where you'll identify one person who has made a significant impact on your growth and on your development. What you'll be doing is writing that individual a gratitude letter, expressing the impact that they had on your growth, and thanking them for the sustained impact they continue to have on you today. You'll be sharing that letter with the person, and then you'll write up a reflection on the experience. And the intention behind this is that in most organizations today, there's what I will call a gratitude deficit disorder, where people aren't acknowledged on a regular basis for their contributions and the effort that they put into achieving important organizational goals. The third key assignment that you'll be doing this term is 3 good things journaling. And what that is for a period of a minimum of 14 consecutive days, I'll be asking you to each evening write down 3 good things that happened that particular day. Not things you're thankful for, but actual events that happened. They could be very small, as you put on your playlist on the drive home as you were stuck in traffic and it raised your spirits and made you feel better, to the fact that you came home and your spouse or significant other or family member had a dinner prepared for you after a long, hard, detailed day that you felt drained, and that time with them really re-energized you. So you'll be looking back at the previous 24 hours. You'll be writing these good things down, and then you'll be doing a specific leadership analysis on this. And again, that'll be due later in the term, and I'll give you more details on that particular activity. So each week you'll have a series of readings that you will do. One of the key readings will be on the book of Warren Bennis on becoming a leader. And Bennis was the first to really identify the importance of leadership self-awareness and building self-awareness through reflection. And so what I'm going to do is a series of assignments using the readings of Bennis, where you'll reflect on and summarize what resonated from you for each chapter. And I do want to say the book on Bennis is older. Its original edition was back in the 1980s. And you'll see things referred to as technology as a VCR. And of course, we don't have VCRs anymore. But the same issues around technology and how technology is subsuming our lives in many ways, you'll still see resonate through. So what I'd like you to do is to look at the information, read through, reflect on it, create summaries, but then identify specific developmental actions. Things that you can do, changing your behavior or expanding your behavior in certain areas based on what Warren Bennis has shared in the chapters that I've assigned. Then I'm going to have you identify how will you measure the impact of the changes you've made. What coaches or support people you can lean on in order to help you identify issues where you're falling into similar behavioral patterns and you need to create some adjustments. And then finally, measures. How often will you measure your success and your progress in the areas you've targeted to grow? My intention in giving these assignments for Bennis is to help you write good development plans. Plans that are meaningful and substantive and not New Year's resolutions. Things that are far too general and maybe, like, as an example, I'm going to listen better. It's too broad and it doesn't have any specific point of reference. Instead, it might be in meetings when we're focused on particular project details. I'm going to listen and actively ask more questions, and that I will rely on my colleague Sue to help me in these meetings. And she will prompt me by asking me questions or drawing me in to the discussion in meaningful ways. And then after the meetings, I'm going to spend time with Sue asking about what I could have done differently, maybe for some specific feedback about how others were responding. And that because these meetings happen weekly, I will set up weekly measures of my progress about listening, and listening with more intensity, more focus, and really looking to understand the perspective of the other people in our project. So that would be the difference between having a goal around listening more and a more specific goal around times when I don't listen as effectively as I might need to. So each week we'll put up sample outcomes that I'm looking to have. I'll have sample papers, sample assignments, so you can see from previous students who have taken this course the type of output that they've created. So that's just a general overview of the types of assignments that we'll have. Each week we'll have discussion boards that I'll be asking you to post and really reflect on what am I doing in my context to improve my impact as a leader as well as a follower. Because in any situation, even if we are the leader, in other contexts, we also have to be good followers. Basically good team members, good colleagues, the ability to support each other's growth, to share ideas, and to provide meaningful and helpful feedback. So it's my sincere intention that you can receive a tremendous amount of value to yourself and your growth as an individual and in your role in your leadership in the organizations that you're involved in. So if at any time as our term unfolds together, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please send that to me via email, as well as, of course, reach out if you'd like to spend some time talking voice to voice. We can schedule time for that and even meet near or on Laverne campus if you'd like to get together to discuss. So thank you so much for taking this class, and I look forward to working together with you this term in your continued growth and your deepening of your understanding of positive leadership and leadership development.